Okay, so now that you have a couple tips for calming your nerves, next we just want to give you a couple tips for public speaking. Just some things that public speakers do to prepare themselves to make sure the performance goes well. Be mindful of your posture, don't be slouching, and you don't want to be reading the whole time. You need to look up at your audience every once in a while. It's okay to read, but make sure that after you read like a line or two, you look up and get the attention of the audience. And don't be all slumped over. Stand up straight, have good posture, look up regularly, smile frequently, make it look like you're having a good time. Look at people, especially the bride and groom, when you're talking to them or about them. If you need to stop and think for a moment, don't revert to saying or whatever. This everybody does. It's so difficult to get rid of it. Just do your best not to go or. I do it all the time, and I spend every single day, I assure you, trying to kick that habit. Don't talk about yourself. And like what I just did, don't apologize for being nervous or your voice cracking. So if you get up and you say, everybody, I'm a little nervous, so bear with me here. Well, you don't need to say that because everybody knows you're going to be a little bit nervous. You don't need to say it because you're just drawing attention to it. So get up there, be confident, and if you are a little bit nervous, just work through it. Don't tell the audience you're scared. Don't tell the audience, listen, I'm not a good public speaker. Don't set them up. It's not necessary. Stay on track with what you want to say. You have your speech already prepared and written out. Stay on track with it. Be upbeat, positive, and light. Stay that way. It's a wedding. Remember, have some fun. Look at someone who is looking and listening to you. Talk to him or her. If you have one person in the audience that you know that you can look at and feel calm talking to them because you know that person personally and you're just giving the introductions and telling a nice little story, then look at that person. Make sure you don't use one person throughout your entire speech. Try to people in different areas of the room, to the left, to the right, to the center, to the back, and try to mix it up. But look at people. You don't have to look at everybody in the room, but just look at one person's face. A nice little trick about this is when you look in one area and you look at one person's face, you calm yourself because you're looking at that one person. You're just talking to them, so your speech is more natural. The thing is there's 15 people around that individual that all think you're looking at them as well. So by looking at that one person, everybody feels that they're getting the personal attention. So once you move around the room, doing that with different people, plenty of people are going to feel that you've personalized the speech to them. When delivering your speech, don't make the mistake of taking off your jacket. Please, please, please do not remove your tuxedo jacket before you give your speech. When you go to give your speech, that's your moment to shine. That's your moment in the limelight. You don't start getting undressed before that. You, as the best man, this is your point when you get up to give the speech. So why did you wear the jacket in the church when it was about the bride and groom and now it's about you? You get rid of it. Don't do it. It's not cool. You're not going to be more relaxed. It takes away from you having a good presentation as being a good sound person and looking good for this presentation. So do yourself a favor. Leave your jacket on. And really, if I had to say that there's one tip through this whole package of mistakes that I see people make that mistake all the time, is they remove their jacket. And I have to say personally, I don't think you should remove your jacket at any point during the entire reception. This entire party, you're supposed to be at your best. You're there for the bride to make everything look good. If you take off your jacket and your suspenders are showing, you undo your shirt and you got an undershirt underneath, you know what? It may look, you may think that it looks cool, and somebody else in the wedding party may be doing it. You don't want to look like them. Trust me. Keep your jacket on all night long if possible. Don't get undressed before the party's over. That's just, it's ridiculous. So please, biggest tip, keep your jacket on. So where was I? Went on a rant there. If no one is setting up the microphone for you, take care to make sure it is set up properly and all the height adjustment is all set up. Get the room quiet before you start speaking. When you go to start your speech, ask people for their attention, and if you need to, say it a couple times. Say, everybody please quiet down, and can I have your attention, please? And people will. So just wait. If you start speaking too quickly when people are getting settled and finding their chairs, whatnot, and moving their drinks around, a lot of people at the back of the room will not hear you. It's more important to stop for a couple seconds, say, can I have your attention? Say it a couple times if necessary, but wait till the room is quiet. If you start talking before the room settles down, they will not settle down. You need everybody to be quiet, because then you're taking control of that conversation. And the last thing you want is people talking while you're trying to give your speech. So ask for people's attention, wait till you get it. Once everybody is quiet, then you start speaking. Then you have control of the room and not the other way around. And this will eliminate people talking while you're trying to deliver your speech. Tell people your name when you first start. Introduce yourself again, because not everybody will know who you are. When you introduce guests, give a moment for the crowd to find them. So as you're introducing the people in the wedding party, it's easy because you say at the end, here's Donna at the very end, and next to her is Susan, and next to her is Linda. So people know, because you're going down the list of the head table. However, when you're introducing the parents or the grandparents, when it comes time to introduce the grandparents, you set it up. You say, I would like to introduce Anna's grandparents, and that gives them the time to prepare and to stand up. And then when you say their name, they can stand up. And so make sure that if you see where they're at in the room, point in their direction, and then that way everybody can focus their attention to there. And really, give the people time. Don't go too quickly. If you're going to point somebody out, point them out. Give them a second. This is their minute of glory, so give it to them. Prior to your speaking engagement, practice speaking in front of others, and also practice in front of a mirror. Use your mannerisms while practicing, and project your voice as well. Preparation is the best strategy for a successful presentation. Remember that. It's just all about practicing and being well prepared for this. You've already purchased this product. You're sitting here watching these videos, so you're taking the time to prepare, and this is really what helps you get through the entire process, is being prepared. So you're already halfway there, so good luck. Next, coming up, we're going to talk about more tips to help you out through the wedding reception.